Check. What up, Facebook? What up, everybody? This is Mixmaster DJ Sheldon Show, and today we got a special guest on here. And what we do is highlight different people in the Frankfurt area and other surrounding areas, what they do. So today we have April Morris in here, and we're gonna just sit down with her for a minute and do some Q&A and just talk to her and see what she does, so, and her business and everything that she does. So we'll be right back after this, and we'll be kicking in with some April Morris.
It's time for the Mixmaster DJ Sheldon Show. Fans, he turns your moment into something grand. Say it loud, he says, take a stand. This is the Mixmaster DJ Sheldon Show. Hey, 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 put your name in the air. Let the whole world know. Hey, he's here to shine some light. Hey, let your greatness glow. The Mixmaster DJ Sheldon Show. It's time for the Mixmaster.
Check. Now we are back, and we are here with April Morris. What's up, April?
What's up?
Talk to us for a minute. How you been?
I've been good.
That's great. Now we got you on here because we want to know what you're doing nowadays. So I know you got a lot going on, and you got with your business and stuff. So what we're doing is we're gonna sit down and we're gonna talk to April Morris for a minute. So we'll just get right into it. All right.
Okay.
So what is it exactly what you do for your business? What is it?
So I'm working at 2 different locations right now. They're literally like a couple doors down from each other. So I started at Monica's Good Hair Days, doing hair like I've been doing for 14 years. And then I transitioned over to doing permanent makeup, and I was doing body piercings about 12 years ago. Well, I've been doing it for about 12 years, but got back into that and just have started doing body contouring, just a lot of different things kind of in the same genre, I guess.
Genre. Okay. Now, how did you, let's get into who is April. Let's get into that first, and who is April, and where are you from, and things like that. Let's get into some questions like that. If I had to ask, and your customers and people had to ask, let's get to know who April is as a person at first. So, who are you, April? Where you from?
Originally, I was born in Memphis, Tennessee, and then we moved to Kentucky not short after I was born. We moved everywhere. We lived in Frankfurt, Lawrenceburg. We moved to Florida. We moved to Louisiana. I used to joke as a kid because people would be like, so are you an Army brat? And I'd be like, no, my mom just thinks she's a gypsy, because I didn't have any real crazy story about why we moved so much. But I definitely think that really helped me culture-wise, to kind of branch out. And
so you've been everywhere. You've lived different places in the States, right?
Yes.
Cool,
definitely
cool.
in the South.
Now, I remember you back in 2000. Was it 2000s, early 2000s or something?
When we lived next door to you.
We used to live right next door to each other.
Yeah.
That was at least 25 years ago, something like that.
Yeah, we've known each other over a decade.
For a long time. You've actually came in to my venue and bartended a few times, and we loved it, and we want you to come back and do it some more if you could. I know you're busy and stuff, but so you've been everywhere. You've been to different places and stuff, and now you're in where? Frankfurt. You're in Frankfurt. Is that where the business is?
I had a really big clientele here when I was doing hair before I moved out of state, and I'm just kind of once a lot of people found out that I was doing hair again and I was local, I got blown up a lot. So it's just, building that back up is always challenging. But I think that, when it comes to building your business, it's all about how much work and effort you put into it.
Right. You're right, because it can be hard. It's a lot, and you gotta just put in, and sometimes it takes years. It takes years to get things the way you need it. So, okay, let's get into some questions with you.
All
then.
right.
All right. How's that? Let's see. What was the first question I got for you? How did you get into the profession, and what made you stick with it?
So, as a teenager, I would go to my dad's house and do my hair in different colors, and then come home and my mom would like freak out. I shaved my head, like part of my head, in 8th grade. And my mom like wigged about that too, you know, like I guess that generation just back in the day, it was crazy. And so if you did anything wild to your hair, it was a reflection of them. I think that like I always knew that I was going to be a hairdresser just because I experimented. Yeah, I just experimented on myself, and it was all about self-expression for me. And I really think that that's what, like, in essence, got me into hair.
You do hair, so, and you love doing it. So that's what they always say. You do what you love to do, and it's not like work.
Exactly.
It's not work. It's just doing what you love to do. And just like me, I do like podcasts and DJing and stuff like that. I love to do that. But if you can get paid for doing that, that's a big plus. That's a huge plus. So yeah, definitely. So do you remember the first client you ever did for money? The first client you did for money, and how did it go?
I don't remember the first client that I did for money. I mean, technically in hair school, we did clients for money. We didn't get paid.
Right.
The school got paid. But when I first got out of school, I actually went to a Great Clips in Frankfurt, to be honest. And back then, you had to do a 6-month apprenticeship. So you had to work for somebody. You couldn't booth rent or anything like that. It's changed now. But I had
So you had to shadow somebody or something like that?
Kind of, yeah. Right. Basically, it either had to be you got paid commission or you got paid hourly. You couldn't do booth rent for 6 months. I think that was just, you know, to kind of get your feet wet.
Right.
They don't do that now. But I had a really awesome client named Colleen. And when I left Great Clips after I had done my 6-month apprenticeship, I had gone to the Capitol Plaza Hotel and worked with Jay and Crystal. Eventually, she bought it from Jay. And Colleen had, like, literally hunted me down. Wow. And so she followed me all the way there. And, like, that was, like, a really awesome thing because, you know, I was wet behind the ears. I had just started doing hair.
Yeah, you did that. That's what's up. What's your specialty, and how did you discover you were really good at that?
So
I have a specialty.
I specialized in color correction. So I was a color specialist for most
color
of it.
correction. What is that?
So color correction is, you know, when you get somebody who comes in and they've black dyed, box colored their hair, and they're like, I want to be platinum. And a lot of times they have the misconception that they're just going to come in and you're going to
just make it
platinum. And it is a process, and a lot goes into that because you got to know what they've put on their hair. So it's basically knowing how to get somebody from one level. So there's 10 levels to hair. There's one being the darkest and 10 being the lightest.
Right.
So you really got to know kind of how to get them through that process without damaging or compromising the hair.
What made them have to get color correction? Is it like did they go to Walmart and get the box colors
a lot of
from
times,
there, the cheaper brands and things like that?
A lot of times I feel like people who work late and all the salons are closed back in the day, it was like they would get impulsive, and you know, it's accessible to just go to Walmart and buy a box of color and be like, okay, we're gonna do this, and they do that. But the problem is there's so many chemicals that they don't have to necessarily list, and you don't know what the outcome's going to be.
Right, from
so
those, so.
if you have somebody that does that, and let's say they do a bleach job, they're trying to lighten their hair and they end up looking like Chester Cheetah. Then
I've seen that
would be
before.
that would be a color correction, because you want to get all those unwanted
In the
undertones
process
out.
of color correction, does it take just one time, or is it like several visits in?
Usually it's going to be several visits, but it depends on like kind of the level that they're at. It depends on the integrity of their hair. My main objective is I don't want to compromise anybody's hair. I want to get everybody to their goal, but I also want them to be very like in the know of realistically what the worst case scenario and what the best case scenario is.
Now you can give them photos and samples of things, or did they bring it to you? Like, I want my hair like this.
So a lot of times people bring pictures and things like that in, yeah. And then also sometimes they may come in and not really know, but they're verbally expressing to me what they want.
How they
So
want it. And you can envision that.
right. And so I'm a visual person.
Right.
So like if somebody came in and was like, I want caramel highlights, or they describe a color, I'm gonna pull up what I envision that to look like, because basically some people will come in and be like, I want a bob, but then they'll show me a picture and it's
Totally different. Or
it's not a bob.
right.
And so if I were to just go based off of that information, I'm going to have a really peeved off client, because
Right.
they're going to be like, this is not what I wanted. So I really try to be thorough with consultations and like really communicating and executing a good plan, so that way there isn't that barrier
to mess up, yeah,
right.
Because there's times, and I'm sure there's times when you've done hair, or I know me not being a barber went going to school, but people wanted haircuts back in the day, and we had clippers.
Right. So
So we just cut each other's hair and stuff like that. And there's times where they just look, okay, it's okay, but really, it ain't.
Right.
So do you ever have that moment where the hair is not the way they wanted it, or anything like that?
I mean, yeah, you definitely. I mean, everybody's going to experience that. I will say that in some instances, and this is probably one of the biggest things that I've learned since I've been doing hair as long as I have, is that people bring pictures in, and a lot of times they're looking at the person's face.
Right.
They're looking at, like, they love their face, and so they love the haircut on the person, and they think that subconsciously they're gonna cut their hair like that and they're gonna look like this person.
Right. No,
And I'm
it
not a
don't work like
magician.
that. Right. Right.
Like I wish I was a magician and I could just be like,
But you can always give them suggestions.
right.
You
And
can be like, well, that looks good. I mean, that would look good, but let me suggest this, because you might be,
Yes.
you have that eye for something like that, being a.
I definitely
stylist.
think that creating, like, customizing, cuts and colors, just a prime example of this is somebody comes in and they want highlights. I don't want to foil a highlight job the exact same way on every single person. Then you have
Right.
just like a bunch of people walking around with the same placement. And I think that, in hair school, they give you the bare minimal education just to get you out there.
Right,
But
and then you get
realistically,
inside.
you
get
gotta
in there and
get
you start-
creative.
They'll give you textbook, and then you go when you have to definitely get creative on it.
Yeah.
To do it the way you do it. Yeah, that's training is just a basic part.
Right.
Of it, pretty much. Did you go to school here or training here?
I went to Paul Mitchell when the first Paul Mitchell school in Kentucky opened in Louisville.
Okay, Paul Mitchell. That's a notable company. I heard that a lot.
They're very expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it pays off. It definitely pays
does.
off, and it will pay off.
But we also know that I've made a career of going to school. I have almost 2 degrees, so
Right. Okay. All right. Now, do you see yourself? Do you see your job more as a technical skill or like an art form? Do you see it as an art form, or is it like technical, or
I
you
mean,
know?
there is technical skill to it, but in all honesty, like I've always felt like I'm creating walking art. And especially since I've kind of, started down a new path with learning new things, I'm really excited to kind of have that more artistic ability.
Right, to get into it and do it the way you need to do it.
Yes, for sure.
Where do you find the inspiration for the new styles and techniques? Do you look in magazines, or you just see people walking around them and you get ideas about, oh, they might look good with this type of style here? Do you
I
have
definitely think that it would probably be like a combination. Like, I love TikTok. I think TikTok's great. I know a
Yeah.
lot of people might
crown
crucify me
on
for
TikTok?
that,
No.
but
No, TikTok's a great platform to, especially with businesses and advertising.
so my haircut currently, honestly, was inspired by this chick who's a hairdresser on TikTok.
Okay.
Like, I never in my wildest dreams would have thought I would be 42 with a mullet, and
Right.
I'm rocking it, man.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, I
I'm
like that hairstyle
whatever.
you have now. You know,
So, I mean, I think it's really awesome when they take old haircuts and old styles and they basically like merge them
so that's
with.
pretty much the trend, and that's the the haircut that you secretly love the most is like the styles that you have now.
Yeah, I love my haircut now.
The bangs
I've
and
got-
the mullets and
well,
things
I mean,
like that. It always revolves.
It's very versatile
Right.
because like I have bangs right now, but I wear it up in like a pompadour and my sides are shaved. So like I definitely feel like a Viking sometimes when I'm walking around with my shaved sides. But
now with all the haircuts and styles that you've ever seen, is there a style that you wish never comes back?
a style that I wish never comes.
Now, for
I
me,
used
it's
to-
probably be that
I-
mullet thingy.
I used to, and
But,
I have to say, like I definitely like.
but it depends on who it is
I
and
think
who has it.
I would not want like the Billy Ray Cyrus mullet.
Okay,
Like,
the achy breaky style.
yeah, that or the Michael Bolton mullet.
Right.
Like, we can leave that. That.
Well, did
and-
you see the? I know I'm switching back from one thing to another, but there was a boxing. There was a boxing match this weekend, and I think it was heavyweight boxing. I can't even think of the names of them. But dude was boxing. He got hit in the face, and his whole hair fell off.
Oh no!
Yeah,
Did
it
he
came
have
up
like
and
a
it started talking like
hairpiece?
yeah. He had a what they call it, a hair unit. They call it a hair hat or whatever they call
Like
it.
a
But
toupee?
it came off.
Oh, my.
And it just hung to the back of his head.
That's
and it came
awful.
flat back. And he said, "Hey, it might be time to stop." And he actually lost by a hair.
Oh no!
So so that had to be embarrassing for him. But do you do toupees?
So I actually worked for a hair restoration company called Hair Club. It used to be Hair Club for men, but now it's just the Hair Club.
Right.
So yes, I have worked with hair restoration. That was a super rewarding job, I will say. They did a lot of like charity type stuff for kids who had alopecia, who had lost their hair due to cancer. Some people were like full on like front to back
Right.
hair that you put on with different types of adhesive, and then you had some people that would just shave like parts that were really sparse and you would put hair pieces on that. So I will say like that was a super rewarding job.
Right. Okay. Now, some people may come into you and really don't know what they want. They just know that they want their hair done. And how can you tailor? Can you envision what their hair would look like, and could you style it for them and kind of give them, a better look than what they come in with.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I think it's,
Maybe with their personality, like, okay, I think this would be nice for you. Man.
Yeah, and you want to find out like what their regimen is. Some people don't want to take a lot of time to fix their hair. They want kind of something that's just going to style itself.
Like a short hair or something like that.
Right.
They can just style. Yeah.
So I definitely think, knowing their texture, knowing like if their hair's fine, if it's thick,
and just talking to them at first and getting to know that client, so you'll know what they actually want and what they need.
Right.
In hair. Do you cut African American hair? Can you cut?
I actually
I'm
learned.
trying to keep it PG over
Right,
here. But
I got you. I
I just got mine cut today. Man,
I learned on ethnic hair.
Mm-hmm.
I will never forget the first time I had to do a relaxer. I was like, this lady, I'm going to fry this lady's hair off and she's going to kill me in the parking lot afterwards. But fortunately, I made it way more like intimidating than it actually was.
Right.
I would have a lot of women that came in for roller sets that would look at me and be like, oh, this white girl can't do this. Like, they would be kind of like, why are you putting this girl with me? She don't know my hair. But then I would do it and they would just be like, oh, okay.
All right.
So I'm grateful for like being able to do hair school in Louisville because it is very diverse, and I had every walk of life come through there, so that was beneficial for me because I'd never done ethnic hair before.
Right. It's different.
Yeah.
And that's why I guess they got different styles for different people.
Right.
But crazy, silly question. I have to have a funny question. Have you ever put in a Jerry curl?
A Jerry curl?
Do you know
No.
what a Jerry curl is?
Nobody's ever asked me for a Jerry curl.
Well, that would be probably back in the 80s, early 90s.
To be quite honest, I'm not really for sure if, like, is a Jerry curl, like, technically like a perm?
It's like a perm, but it's curly, real curly hair. It's real curly, and it's a lot of, it needs a lot of activator, and it activates those curls, and it was something in the 80s.
I
so
mean,
you probably,
I remember the Jerry curl from the 80s. I never, like, if you asked me how to get that, like
how to make it curly, like
I mean, you could do like a roller set, but like I don't know how to permanently.
I don't know if it just curls. I don't know. I really don't know.
Either. You're gonna give me some research to do.
Hey, it might be I don't think anybody's into Jerry curls anymore, but I mean back then I did a Duke. I did an S curl.
Yeah.
Back in school, like when I was in middle school and high school, an S curl was like you go to Walmart or Walgreens or Rite Aid, and it's that white cream stuff you put
it,
and you put it in your hair. If you leave it in there more than 15-20 minutes, your scalp is burnt. It hurts. Yeah, you gotta dip your head in. Make sure you have a bucket of water or something, because you're gonna burn your head, your scalp.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it hurt. But when you got done, your hair was straight. I don't know if you look at like some of these singers and stuff back in the day.
So like that's a relaxer.
Yeah, like a relaxer. Yeah, it's like a relaxer, but if you put the little activator in, you get the curls. You get and that's good hair.
Right.
We called that good hair back in the day.
I gotcha.
But if you put water on it, that's why some folks don't like to get in water, because it draws it up, and then
I mean, it's similar to a perm,
Right.
because if you get a perm, like you can't wash it for,
Yeah, so I understand why a lot of people use bonnets and things like that, because you get it wet or whatever, and then it's a disaster. So
right.
But moving on. Let's see. Let me see some of these questions I have for you. What's the biggest myth clients still believe? What's the biggest myth clients still believe?
The biggest myth
clients still believe.
I mean, there's a lot of people who think that still to this day they can walk in and they can say, I want platinum hair, and you're just going to be able to do it like
you're not a magician.
in one process. And I'm not saying that you can't, but if you want to save the integrity of, which in my personal opinion, a person's hair integrity is way, 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 way more important to get them to work, like, than getting them in one go. Because, yeah, you can get to platinum in one swoop, but you're going to have cotton candy hair, or you're going to have a Q-tip hair. You know,
Right.
like, it's going to be, like, it's going to feel nasty.
Right.
And I just can't, in good conscience, take somebody and be like, oh, yeah, we're going to be able to, I'll get you as close as safe as possible, and then we'll go from there and we'll work out a plan. But
Right.
I like to, set people up for success, give them worst case scenario, like, hey, maybe we can get you to this level, but if we get higher than that, then they're ecstatic, so best case scenario, worst case scenario.
What is the most reason? And you work with more women than men, or what is it? Men and
No,
women, or is it equal?
I honestly, so, because I was working at a, like, hair stylist, like, a shop that was basically barbers and cosmetologists. So, I am I can do a fresh fade, man.
You can do a fresh fade.
I can
Okay.
do a fresh
All right.
fade.
All right.
So, I would say I'm like 50-50. I do have a pretty good male clientele.
Now, when they come in, what motivates them to come in and get their hair done? Is it like I know you talk to your clients, like I go into my barber and I talk to him and we talk about everything. When I went to my barber, I said, hey, I got a podcast I got to do, and he learns that. I said, hey, I'll be online and everything. I'll be live. I'm broadcasting. So he takes that and he knows exactly how he needs to cut my hair.
Right.
Sometimes he can do it real quick and just get it done. I just need a haircut. Or sometimes he'll take a little bit more time and line it up a little bit more. So
Right.
So what do they come in? They say, oh, I gotta go. I'm going out to a ball tonight. I'm going to dinner with a date or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, we usually, like, when my clients come in, it's we're catching up, or if they're coming in for a specific, event that they're going to. Sometimes it's just they're
just regular.
I know that, yeah, they're just regular.
Is that what you do?
Come
You take
every,
an appointment? You do the appointments and say, hey, it's about time for you to come in, and that
a
keeps
lot
you-
of times
keeps you
they'll book
returning.
out,
Yeah.
like every,
So you got
4 weeks.
like a scheduling book that they can book and everything. Okay, cool. I wish I had it on here where I could just show them how to book with you, but we can put that information in the comments below later on, because definitely we need to get some of these businesses or see some of these clients out to you to book with you. You have a lot of bookings for within a week, or is it?
It fluctuates, especially, like right before Christmas. So, or I would say right before, like, New Year's, like from September through New Year's is like our busy season, like where we're slammed because there's so many holidays going on.
So many things.
And then from like January to like March, it kind of tapers off and it's hit or miss.
Right.
And then everybody gets taxes back. So then when they get their
Get them taxes.
back,
Get them taxes.
we pick back up. And honestly, like, the summers are hit or miss because, some people let like their kids' hair go, because we do a lot of kids too, and they let their kids' hair grow out, or they're on vacation. So I mean, it kind of is, kind of comes in spurts, I would say.
Right. So how do you convince someone to come on in that hasn't never talked to you before, never seen you, but know that you do hair, and they see you on here and they be like, I don't know if I should go here. I don't know her work. How could you convince them to say, hey, give me a try? Do you have like references? Do you have like pictures of things you've done?
I have been using social media for pretty much my entire career.
Right.
Basically, I put my work out there, but I also like make it known that, I care about the clients. I care about what their needs are. I think it's important in this industry to really listen to your clients, because a lot of times people are going and people are just trying, it's almost like they're cattle. They're just, they're trying to get as many people done as possible to line their pockets. And it's not about the numbers for me.
You want people to feel confident when they leave.
Exactly.
And just like I do. Like I know we mentioned about doing this podcast today. I was like, well, I gotta get my hair cut, because the snow, I couldn't get out. I didn't go anywhere in the snow. I went out one time and I went to get some gas because I know I might have to warm my car up and stuff, and got stuck at the pump for like 30 minutes. It's cold. It's like 8 degrees outside, and I was stuck at the pump for 30 minutes or so, and I got pushed out right down the street, and I drove right back home, and I stayed there. I didn't go out, so I didn't get the hair, cut my hair, so I started looking like a woolly mammoth, beard everywhere. So that confidence of getting that haircut makes you feel better. You put a little something on right here.
Yeah, it does.
And you come on back out and put your little chain on and stuff, and you look good. And it builds up confidence, and it makes you feel better. Yeah. So you do more than just like stylist and hair. You do like piercings and things like that too. And before we get to that, I know you have you brought in some of your work.
Yes.
Yeah. Let me see if I can pull some things up here. Maybe we'll see. Okay, so kind of explain to us what's going on in these pictures.
Okay, so what you just saw was a lash lift tint. This is a combo brow, and that's the before and after. What a combo brow is basically when you're putting hairline strokes in and then you're filling it in. That is a lip blushing. That's the after. That's the before. That's pretty much just to make the lips real defined and color them in. This again is a lash lift tint, and basically it's great for anybody with whether your eyelashes are short or long. It literally will make you to where you don't have to put mascara on. I mean, a lot of people pay so much money to get false lashes in.
Right. So this is a permanent deal? Or is it like...
So the lash lift tint isn't permanent. The brow, the combo brow and the lip tint or the lip blushing, those are permanent. But the lash lifts basically last up to 10 weeks. But they literally we're curling the lashes and then we're tinting them.
Okay. And it makes it look more full.
They look fuller. They look like, I mean, they
curl. Your eyes out.
Yes.
And if you have like different color eyes or whatever, like green or blue, it brings them out even more. So.
Yes.
And what's that do? It builds up confidence.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
And
you want to go out more.
I do body contouring as well, and the body contouring, basically, I can do it on any part of the body.
Right.
I've been doing a lot of facial neck body contouring, but because that's where a lot of people are like, they want to get rid of the turkey neck, or they want to firm up their face.
Can you get rid of turkey neck?
I mean, yeah, it substantially firms all of that, and it helps to tighten that skin because it's using radio frequency and infrared light.
Okay.
And I use really high skin care products afterwards to help boost those results so that they happen a lot faster and progress faster.
Cool. And you do piercings?
Yes, and I do piercings.
Is that like for your lips or anywhere?
Anywhere.
Nipples, whatever.
Yep.
Yeah, I heard that, didn't you?
And you can actually so I have a piercing page, which I need to kind of convert that over to the White Rabbit art and company,
right?
Tattoo
Because that's where you
company.
stationed it right now,
Yes,
right? I
yes.
mean, like if they wanted to come and to pay you a visit and to
Right.
see what you do and everything. They can come to the White Rabbit. Is
Yep.
that where it is?
Yep.
That's on where's that
It's
at?
literally so. Both locations are at 1410 Versailles Road. It's just
In
one.
Frankfurt, y'all. Frankfurt.
Yes, and one's one suite and one's another suite. I think the Monica's Good Hair Days is number 9, and then the suite for White Rabbit is number 6.
Okay, cool.
So, but they're exactly the same address, so it really works out well.
Right. Now, has the social media worked for you? Has it brought in more business?
I definitely feel like social media has helped me tremendously. Obviously, word of mouth. Like, I mean, you know me.
Yeah,
I've been in
yeah.
and out of the industry, as long as I've been doing it, which is 14 years. But
14 years. Woo.
I literally have built myself just from word of mouth before social media was even really a big thing. So, I think that's what makes a good hairdresser is somebody that, like, because even as I've gotten out and then come back into the industry, like, I still have people that when they find out, oh, April's doing hair again, like they're hitting me up. So I feel like that integrity is really important to me. And so I feel like that, at least people know that I have their best interest. They're not just a number or a paycheck.
So, okay, a couple more questions before we get out here. We got a few
no
more
worries.
minutes before we get out here. But how do you keep learning and evolving in such a fast-moving industry? What do you do to keep up with what's trending with hair and piercings?
I mean, I
Just keep up on maybe the internet and
yes, but
social
I
media.
also I experiment, like even with my own hair and my own skin and
I've seen you TikTok pictures and everything. I'm like, wow, okay.
Yeah, so I
All
mean,
right.
I kind of am my own guinea
Yeah.
pig.
Right.
I don't know if I recommend that.
Okay. What's the best advice you can give to anyone with anything, this life? Is there any advice that you can give people?
I mean, so the struggle can be real. I mean, and as far as the world that we live in right now, it tends to kind of focus on negative. I would say in my case, I've been through a roller coaster, and I just try to make sure that I focus on gratitude and being grateful every day.
Okay. And what if someone wants to become a hairdresser? What should they know before starting?
Know that school only partially prepares you, and that you're really not going to really get your feet wet until you get behind that chair.
Right. Okay. And I'm gonna just do some fast, rapid, get to know April real quick, and she's gonna tell us a little bit real quick because we got like a minute, 2 minutes left, and she's gonna tell y'all what she wants you to know about her business, and then we're gonna get off of here. But rapid fire questions. Are you ready for it?
One.
Okay, whatever. Okay. Blow dry or air dry? When it comes to
Air
hair.
dry.
Air dry? Okay. Bangs, yes or no?
Depends on the forehead.
If you got a big forehead or not? If you got a big
If
forehead,
you've got
you
a
need
big
bangs?
forehead, bangs will definitely
Help out.
help.
Because it's not a forehead, it'd be a 5 head.
Right.
Okay, so most overused hair word.
Most overused hair word.
Yeah,
I have no idea.
I know.
That's a
most
tricky one.
overused hair word. Yeah, that's a good one
I
for
don't.
me.
I'm stumped on that one.
I guess mullet, a word in mullet, or what a type of cut. One product you'd like to take to a deserted island.
I really love Wow products.
Uh huh.
Like all of them. They're amazing.
Wow products. Is that like hair stuff?
Yes.
Okay.
They make like hairspray. They make all kinds of stuff, and every single thing that they make is great.
Okay, and one more question.
Okay.
Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
You like coffee?
I mean, I like tea too, but coffee for sure. I have to have that
where do
every
you get
day.
your coffee in Frankfurt? You got Starbucks. You got.
So
I don't want to start naming them because I don't want nobody to be back. Like, hey, you didn't name us, but
I honestly don't get coffee in Frankfurt that often.
Uh-oh.
My favorite is Seven Brew. I wish they had a Seven Brew.
I've never been to Seven Brew yet.
It's so good. I wish they had one here.
In 30 seconds, tell them what you want them to know about April.
I just wanted to come on here and show that that I pretty much have been through a tremendous amount of like stress and trauma throughout my life, and I could have probably given up on myself multiple times, and I keep going even when it's bleak.
Right.
And I want other people to realize that you should never give up on your dreams. And it doesn't matter if you have a mazillion obstacles. There is a way.
Right. Well, there you go. And there you have it, y'all. That was April Morris, and the name of her company is...
So we got Monica's Good Hair Days, which is where we do hair.
All right.
And all the things. And then I'm working at White Rabbit, which is 2 doors down, doing piercings, lash lift, brow lifts, tattoo, permanent makeup, piercings. Yeah, all the things.
So, ladies, gentlemen, you know, if you're looking for a spot, try her out. Try April. I've known her for years. She's been around doing this for years. So go try her out. She gave you the addresses and stuff. So later on, we'll put it in the comments, the address of where she is and where you can get tattoos and body art and all that good stuff. And that's about it. We're gonna round it up for today, and I just appreciate everybody for coming on. I see Claire on, Stacy Black is on here, Sue Dunn. Who else is on? I can't read them all because a lot of times it just don't pop up on here when it only pops up after the show is off. But I appreciate everybody coming on, and share this post with other people. You can always share it even after the live. Just share it to different people and let them see it. And if you ever want to come on and be interviewed on the Mixmaster DJ Shelton Show, please give me a call. Now get a hold of me, 502-229-7053, or you can email me at memmomentsllc@gmail.com. It's like memorable moments, but MEM, moments, llc@gmail.com. And that's all we have for today. Thank you for tuning in. Until next time, we are out of here.
It's time for the Mixmaster DJ Sheldon Show. Spin that dial. Turn it up. Turn it up. Live worldwide. Let's go. Spitting out topics all over the radio, laugh tracks, hot takes, stories in stereo, bands in the lobby, comics in the hall. Every day people getting big time calls. This is the Mixmaster DJ Sheldon Show. Oh, oh, hey, put your name in the air, let the whole world know. Hey, he's here to shine some light, let your greatness glow. The Mixmaster DJ Sheldon Show. Mike on red light.
Experience the Mixmaster.
He's asking the questions
Feel
you
the
wish you
aftershock.
wrote.
Come on, hit him one time. How?